Attending a talk presentation by me, Thinking Through, 29 December 2024. Today is Sunday, 29 December 2024. I'm Tanis Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. I'm Tanis Coralee, she, her, hers of Graceland. And I think through the topic of attending a talk presentation by me, research areas, science and mathematics, sharing some of my experiences from the past. So that's why I imagine the talks can be a bit different outside of science and mathematics, but that's my experience. So that's and the sharing from experience and thinking forwards, that's my reference because I've done it. At least some events / conferences may term a talk as oral presentation, so that's another term for it. As of when this video was filmed on Sunday, 29 December 2024, I had no scheduled / planned talk presentations, and we'll see. Am I gonna go out there and give a talk presentation and my Elvis / Austin is in the audience, and then I exit and I get approached by Leon, Marchand, and Andrei Munikov, and they go, "You posted a video of us, our turn, we get our camera, we're filming you, and we're saying yes to that proposal in that video over there on your channel." So there we go. I have had in the past, my parents flew down to one talk I gave at a conference in San Francisco, California in 2016. My mom and dad flew down from Seattle, so multiple states. And I've had on campus over in Honolulu, Hawaii, I presented at a conference and undergraduate showcase, and I had people from the department the department I was in came and watched me. So I've had people come and watch me perform, so to speak, in the past. So it's, in that sense, it's not new. I've been using social media for over 15.00 years. I think I made my Facebook account in 2007 or something like that. And I'm not, in all of my experience, I have not had anybody take a picture or a video of me and have me say, don't post it. So if you want to post a picture or a video of me, I'm okay with that. I think in science, the community concern might be getting scooped, but I shouldn't be presenting if it's not ready to be shared anyway. So maybe thinking of, if I return to science / mathematics, present once I've already published, and that way it opens it up to applications in industry. You know, that Jeff Bezos is in the audience, goes, my name is Jeff Bezos, are you going to share that with industry? You know, I go, oh, I thought ahead, or I didn't, no patent pending currently, or patent pending, bud, you know, kind of thing. Okay. So essentially how it's worked in the past, talk sessions, so my talk will be in a session with more talks, and then essentially I'm off limits during that session, unless I'm like giving my talk and there's enough time at the end for questions and answers. But I'm not allowed, like the good citizenship that I have chosen to abide by in the past anyway, is I'll stay for the session, and that's kind of what's expected for us. So if there's like 5 talks, I have to stay for all of them. So if you want to interact with me after, which I have had happen in the past, gotta wait till the end of the session, and when I leave, exit. So if I leave early or something like that, you could be like, pounce, here comes Leon, here comes Andre. Is that Caleb Dressel? Why is Caleb Dressel here? Why is there a non-Louisiana alligator? My Louisiana alligator was, whoa, bud. Mississippi alligator? Okay. Anyway, so aspects to consider if you want to see me present at a talk presentation. Sometimes these are called an oral presentation. In person. So local for me might not be local for you. So if it's close to me, I might be talking about it on this channel or a second channel. It's just on campus. Or if you want to see me and you live in Seattle and I'm presenting in Italy, it's not going to be, might be a bit more of a commitment from you in terms of travel and getting there. Right. So keeping that in mind of where is it, geography matters and admissions matters and that kind of thing. Online, so I have not actually done a talk presentation online, but that might be a bit similar to watching my YouTube videos. So you might, if you're already watching my YouTube videos, you might be a little bit more ready for that. I don't know what your experience is, or if this is the only video you've seen of mine and you've seen all of my in-person talks, which I have not had one person be at all of my in-person talks, so that's not true thus far in my life. Well, it can't be true for 100% of everything, but if I get started again, you could start then. All right, where does this start for you? Where does it start for me, or restart for me? Okay, so depending on what your experience with me is, one of those may or may not be more easy. So there we go. Or available. Audience size, so if you do want to interact with me, sometimes it's a room of like 20 people, sometimes it's a room of like 150 people capacity, you know, a few hundred people. Those are my experiences. So from small to big. I have had in a class that I was a TA for with over 300 students, there were a couple students, football players, who got up and drew the professor's attention. And you know, I look up and guess who it is? It's my students. So if you're in the audience and there's 300 people there, over 300 people in the audience, speaking from experience, I can recognize people in an audience of over 300 people. So doesn't mean I recognize 100% of the 300 people, but I can recognize people. So if you wonder if that's a possibility with me, it is. Audience engagement. So a lot of talks have, if a person is fast enough, so if it's a 15-minute or less, or 12-minute or less, if there's a few minutes, the person finishes early. Get these videos done 15 minutes or less, 12 minutes or less. Can I do it for this one? There's time typically for a question and answer, and then there's a moderator or mediator with a microphone kind of thing. And depending on how many people are in the audience and how many have questions, it might be a battle to get a question asked. So there's time after the session / talk as well. Setting / events such as a conference. So yes, if it's something like a conference or a standalone talk, if I'm there all day at the conference versus if I'm just going to present a single one-off talk, you might be able to find me later in the day at the conference. The biggest conference I presented at was one with like 20 to 40,000 people. That was the one where the guy told me I was wrong multiple times and I didn't respond and we moved on. I do not engage. That's what I've done in the past with people like that. From experience. Okay, venue matters too. So if it's like a building and we leave the building, there's not really space to talk. So if you do want to talk or ask questions, think about maybe, do you want to ask me a question in the street, or like, or is it part of a big complex of halls and kind of thing where there's space to talk in like a hallway? So just be cognizant. And if you don't think of that in advance, you can look there as well and just be like, I just really want to talk. That's fine. I'm fine with pictures and videos. You post that video being like, I attended a Tanis Leonhardi talk. I'm fine with that. In my over 15.00 years of using social media, there hasn't been a photo or video that somebody has taken that I said, don't post that. All right. Okay. And then up last, admissions. So some conferences do cost money. When my parents flew down to California to see me, they did have to get a day pass. So there's like, depending on the conference, right? Sometimes it's an entire conference or diversity summit, or sometimes it's, thinking of things I've paid for admission fees for, or sometimes it's just a day. So, and sometimes it's free. Those are the ones I've encountered. So anyway, that's on attending a talk presentation by me at Thinking Through 29 December 2024.